Nobody wants to lose the money that we've been given from ARPA. I think that's a given, and we want to keep it in our community.
Grants Pass agreed to allocate nearly $5 million to government services. What this means in just a moment.
I'm up near Siskiyou Summit. It is cold and the snow is coming down, although lightly right now. We'll check back in just a second.
And like Luke said, we're seeing snow showers and we'll expect them throughout the day, but a stronger system moves in tomorrow. We'll have more details in just a bit.
Watching out for you. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 a.m. on November 18th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Damon Alvarado.
And I'm Brinkley Hill. Let's check in with Stormwatch 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress. Sarah, it's too early to call a white Christmas, but it's certainly a white Monday.
Definitely is a white Monday. We're waking up this morning. Snow levels dropped a lot as we headed into those overnight hours, but we're going to expect to see snow throughout the day and cooler temperatures. Taking a look out at our radar, you're going to want to give yourself extra time today if you are driving through the passes, even as we're heading over east of the Cascades, seeing some pretty snowy road conditions. Also possibly expect to see some icy road conditions as we're heading over east of the Cascades. And as we're moving through this morning, definitely rather chilly. We see our temperatures into the 20s, into the Klamath Basin, into the mountains, to our west side valleys, into the 30s, moving down to Northern California, dropping down into the 20s in a few areas as well. So definitely going to want to bundle up and take a rain jacket, because by the time we're heading home from school today, also still seeing some showers. But we are dealing with that winter storm warning until 10 p.m. tonight. So definitely do expect to see snowy conditions at times as we're moving through the day, and temperatures aren't going to be warming up by much, only into the mid 40s as we're heading over to our west side valleys. Along the coast, possibly expect a thunderstorm to move on as well. We'll talk more about what we can expect the next few days with this bigger storm system moving in tomorrow, coming up in just a bit.
And as Sarah just said, we're expecting a lot of snow and rain today, and we're starting to see a lot of that snow on mountain passes.
Joining us live is NewsWatch 12's Luke Doughton. And Luke, you just drove up the pass. What are you seeing on the roads right now?
Damian, Brinkley, good morning. Almost as soon as we got past Ashland, it started to rain a little bit. That rain turned into snow. And while the roads are clear right now on the way up to Siskiyou Pass, they are still a little bit slick. I was going a little bit under the speed limit the whole time, just trying to be extra careful, making sure that I'm not going to be slipping and sliding, because there is a little bit of snow on like the shoulders, on the side of the road. So you're going to want to watch out for that if you are driving. But you're also going to want to check ODOT's website, Trip Check, if you're going to be driving in Oregon, just to see those conditions.
Everybody should always check Trip Check, because it is the best way to understand about anything that's either scheduled or even unscheduled.
On Trip Check, you're able to see past conditions, you're able to see live weather cameras of the roads, just to really help you plan out that trip, make sure that you're not going to be going through a lot of snow, or see if you need chains. For right now on Siskiyou Pass, Trip Check says you don't need chains, but you do have to carry them in the back of your car just in case you do end up needing them at that point. We were fine without chains getting up near Callahan's, but it still was just a little bit slick. And the snow right now too, it's pretty wet snow. It's not the fun snow. I love being up in the snow, but not right now. Is once again very cold. Make sure you bring extra layers too in case you do have to put on those chains, because you might be warm in the car, but as soon as you get out to put on those chains, your hands are going to get cold like mine are right now. So wear those layers if you plan on traveling, or bring those layers along with you if you plan on traveling over any mountain passes. Live near Siskiyou Summit, Luke Doughton, NewsWatch 12.
Well, we just saw Luke live out there. Luke, thanks for suffering out there. But let's go ahead and take a live look out at Mount Ashland. It is also snowing very heavily, and the local ski resort is hoping it's going to be a white and powdery Christmas full of skiers. This live camera footage again out at Mount Ashland, with snow continuing to fill the mountaintop. The mountain had its first meaningful snow this week. They're sharing some updates about where the mountain is at and how they're preparing for the opening of ski season.
Looks like we have 23 to 25 inches of snow in most places. The wind definitely kicked up during this storm, blew it around. So there's a lot of variability there, but it's a pretty good snowfall for November for sure.
The standard opening of Mount Ashland is the second Saturday of December, which for this year is December 14th. Mount Ashland says if they can, they hope to open beforehand.
A rollover crash was reported at milepost 2 of Reeves Creek Road in Cave Junction. The Illinois Valley Fire District responded to the crash along with the Josephine County Sheriff's Office. The 3 occupants had left the car by the time that emergency services had arrived, but one person had minor injuries and was taken to the hospital. The Josephine County Sheriff's Office is currently investigating the cause of this crash. Grants Pass is embracing its new sister city with the Mexican city of Ashland de Navarro. The cities cut ties with their previous sister city in Russia when the war in Ukraine started. At the beginning of the month, Grants Pass sent 4 sister city ambassadors to Ashland de Navarro. The ambassadors met with city officials to solidify this relationship between the two communities. The Grants Pass sister city organization is holding a meeting to discuss this partnership and inform the public of programs and projects that the cities are trying to accomplish together.
I believe that, you all are, it's a dereliction of duty. And I'm ashamed that that's how it is.
That was the testimony from one Williams resident in the last Josephine County Commissioners meeting. There's going to be a land auction for properties in the forest surrounding Williams. More than an hour of the meeting was filled with residents expressing their concerns. The auction is expected to start this Wednesday, and it will start by selling timber.
We, the undersigned businesses, are writing to express our opposition to Josephine County's November 14th land auction involving 9 parcels located in Williams.
We just got the door slammed in our faces. We get treated like we don't count. We get treated like our concerns don't matter.
Residents haven't agreed with auctioning of local lands ever since it was announced in early October. The Pipe Fork, Thompson Creek, Cedar Flats, and Little T Parcel didn't get any bids and weren't sold. Some residents felt like it was a little victory for the community. Jackson County Fire District 5 is looking for 3 budget committee members. The budget committee reviews and approves budget from the fire chief. They also set tax rates once the budget has been approved. Applicants must be qualified voting citizens of the district, and applications are due by 4 p.m. on December 4th. You can find the applications on our website.
This morning, you can build your own legacy into the Grants Pass city by buying a brick. For $250, you can buy a brick that will be laid at the Owl Plaza. The brick will have a plaque which can have 3 lines of text engraved, and the bricks will become a part of the patio base when it's reconstructed near 5th and H Street. Just under 500 bricks are expected to be available for purchase.
The committee trying to recall John West officially got their certification for the petition. People part of the committee are unhappy and want to hold West accountable for what they see as, quote, corrupt actions. Chief Petitioner Lily Morgan says it's all about transparency and making sure elected officials listen to people. West has 5 days to step down ahead of the recall to vote scheduled for December 17th. Morgan also says that this is a testament to the power of community action. They said the power of a recall is how citizens hold elected officials accountable. Grants Pass agreed to allocate nearly $5 million of American Rescue Plan funding towards local government services. The city received ARPA funding as part of pandemic recovery infrastructure. That money was sent to local governments with the agreement that the money would be allocated by December 2024. If not, the remaining funds would be sent back to the U.S. Treasury.
Just saying, nobody wants to lose the money that we've been given from ARPA. I think that's a given, and we want to keep it in our community. So I'm going to move to approve the resolution reallocating the remaining American Rescue Plan Act funds to government services.
The funds are being moved to a new category, governmental services, which will work towards current and future projects. That includes affordable housing projects and infrastructure. The money is required to be spent by December of 2026, or the remainder will be sent to the U.S. Treasury.